Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another City Skylines video. This episode, we're just working on expansion and filling out kind of like the center of the town. Um, but yeah, one of the main things I need to do is get a hospital going since I need to actually set up like the permanent area for the hospital because what I currently have is kind of temporary. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of filling that out. Yeah. Anyways, it's been kind of fun returning to these videos, and I hope to keep on, working on them. It's kind of nice. I haven't, been making videos in a very long time, so it's nice to finally come back to them. Anyways, I'm still kind of working on it, and honestly, every time I'm watching this, I have no idea what's going on. It's been a year since I've done this, so it's kind of interesting. It's like we're experiencing this together. Oh, that's such a bad answer. But anyways, I'm just working on trying to make a very walkable or nice looking downtown area, and I think I succeed. I think it gets a little rough around there. What I'm currently working on, it isn't like the nicest, but at the same time, it does end up looking pretty decent. It just takes me a while to find out what I want to put because I had no idea what I was gonna do there. I remember that. I really struggled. I'm like, what am I doing here? I have no idea. But I ended up on doing with areas where I wasn't totally sure if I wanted to have them actually touching, like the buildings. What I ended up doing was just putting down a little greenery scenery. It ended up looking fairly nice. I'm kind of happy with how the whole area's been turning out. I've really enjoyed doing these kind of paths with kind of like an open green area. It makes it look a lot more interesting than just the concrete jungle. And it has a lot of parks. Like, everyone likes a little greenery in their cities. Who doesn't? But I think I really have figured out like a way that makes it kind of work. I like using the rocks, and I wish I don't know. I there are some things I probably should have done differently, but overall, I think it ends up looking pretty nice, especially once I get like uh, the things such as these buildings up and running. It makes it look fairly nice. And I need to get that path right because I want it to stay pretty even with how I was doing it, with only having one side with the greenery and the other, like, the back of the buildings. I don't know. I like having the paths everywhere. It makes it much more interesting. The cities actually have more depth then because they have these paths. It's not just something that's flat. You can walk behind. There's, like, trees and sitting areas that I'm working on. And this is before Park Life, I believe. I do use Park Life later in this, but I do believe it's slightly before that, if I'm not mistaken. But I do think it does end up looking fairly nice. Because you don't really need Park Life to make your own kind of park areas. You just need some paths, and it works out fairly well. I mean, I always do unlimited money anyways because it's more fun. I get to make the city I want, and then eventually they always do turn a profit. It just takes a little bit. And if I were to do it normally, it wouldn't turn out as nice, but maybe I would do that again. I don't know. Let me know if you guys do want to see a traditional series. But I prefer doing the unlimited money. I think it works out fairly nice because I am able to create just what I want and nothing more or nothing less. It's like the perfect combination. And anyways, I'm still expanding. And this is where I start getting into kind of just filling it in for the sake of filling it in. I believe I'm going to end up just putting down some more roads and building some like traditional homes. I was trying to figure out how Rico worked better. This is like the first time legitimately using Rico to make something, and I think it worked okay. Some areas didn't work out that great, but I don't know. I think overall it ended up looking decent and pretty nice. I've been liking using Rico. I think it makes the cities much more interesting and much more realistic. I think the regular buildings are all kind of like, ooh, how do I say this? All the like normal buildings kind of suck. Like the default ones. They don't look like anything you'd actually see in a city. They were all like awkwardly spaced out. They don't like, they aren't side to side. It's harder to do because in real life you're kind of building with the idea of the building surrounding it. With these, you just get these buildings and you have to place them. Uh, and the city skylines default ones just are not that great. Or they don't look that great. Like, they don't seem like something you would see in real life. And it kind of sucks. Which is why this is something I try to avoid more in my current stuff. I don't like putting a bunch of the default buildings down. I'll do like the growables, and then once I find one I like, I'll tick it so that it doesn't disappear, and I'll copy it and place it in a few other areas if I need to. But my main goal, like with the growables, is to get something that can be like side by side, but none of them are side by side, which sucks. There's always a space in between, which you don't see anywhere in real life. But that's why I'm not very happy with this center area, and I'm not very happy altogether with it. But whatever. Maybe it does. I don't know. When it gets a little taller, it looks a little better, but it still feels a little too dense considering how I did the rest of it. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Adios.